Hello and welcome back to Jenna Station. This video is going to be a little different. I'm doing something totally different actually. I'm going over Fortnite strategies, which is a weird thing to do. Today I'm going over the passive approach. Now this is a interesting strategy to do, especially if you're playing solo. It's really good if you are new to the game as well and you're trying to get your first win. So I'm going to go over this. This is on Season 4's map, so we're going to land Moisty. Rest in peace to Moisty Meyer. Yep, we're going to land Moisty. I love Moisty. This was my favorite spot to drop for the longest time. Main reason being you can collect a lot of materials, and there's usually pretty decent loot. It is now gone, replaced by the desert. So a pretty decently important thing to do is to watch who's landing with you when you're playing passive. You know, I'm kind of looking back here, trying to get a good idea of where people are. There's nobody coming, which is perfect for this situation. You do kind of want to keep your eye on the prison as well. You know, I usually go for these buildings. It's easier to get loot here. And, you know, we got the burst. I'm good with the burst. Not too worried. So, it's pretty important to be as quick as possible when you're playing this passive style. You don't want to be anywhere for too long. You don't want to get caught by a bunch of people. So it's pretty important to be quick. As you can see there, I just checked my surroundings. That's equally as important. What you probably don't see me do is I'm always checking the screen. I'm never really looking where my crosshair is. This is pretty common to do if you're playing Fortnite in general. Because of the third person view, you can really check out the whole screen, see people coming up on you, or just catching on some loot out in the distance. So I go over to this truck. Nope, nothing's there. I head over to the helicopter. Man, I miss Moisty. Jeez. So as you can see, I haven't collected any loot yet. I mean, any resources. This is mainly because when you play passive, it's not super important to collect a lot. What I personally like to do is make most of my battles ground battles by forcing people to play on the ground with me. It's pretty difficult sometimes to do that because a lot of people don't want to leave their little hideouts, but if you can do that, it's worth it. I'm pretty decent at ground battles. You know, minimal building is what I do. Usually a staircase and 3 walls. It's quick, it's fast. Usually I like to make the battles as short as possible, especially if I'm playing passive. And, you know, I'm pretty sure most people would agree. Alright, so we're heading out to the mire itself to collect loot. There's so much loot here, it's insane. I miss it so much. I mean, look at all this loot. 2 halves, some minis. I don't know why I didn't take the minis. I usually do. I don't know why I haven't used... What am I doing? What a weirdo. Anyway, this was another good reason to land Moisty for so many times. You know, you got mushrooms everywhere. So, because this was Moisty, you can clearly tell this was somewhat early. And and my Fortnite skills have been honed since. That building was a little embarrassing. So, yep, now we're going to collect some materials. I usually go 500 or 600 when I'm playing passive, simply because, I'm trying to not stay in one place for too long. It's better to just get some stuff here, some stuff there, and keep moving. That's probably why I wanted to fill up to 50. Ooh, I can see the future apparently. So, obviously, I had mushrooms. I guess that was pretty smart thinking. So we're making our way through. Yep, collect some materials. Good, good, good. Keep on strolling. Again, as you can tell, right before I started whacking this tree, I was checking my surroundings again. Always keep an eye out. People like to land in weird places in solo matches. Gonna collect some more. As you can tell, I'm going to the prison. That's not whackable. There is that, buddy. Keep walking. So I always liked coming to the prison right after Moisty because if nobody came here, again, there was huge amounts of loot, just like Moisty. Yep, saw the blue AR, dropped that. So I kind of stick around here a little while, just kind of because there's plenty of time. I thought that was a scar from a distance, but I noticed there's a chest in here, so I go for the chest. Now, a very important thing to note about the passive style, again, is to remind you that people are consistently dying as I'm making my way through and collecting loot and things. This is pretty important. It's going to get you ranked a little higher on the food chain. So that way, all you gotta do is take down a few people. That being said, you're still going to need to know how to fight pretty well in a gunfight, as you'll see me play. You can't just hide the whole time. Nobody's lucky enough to just win after hiding. There's always a better gunfighter. So I decided to check some stuff out before we run. And there it is. Gonna ditch the other explosives. Always take a grenade launcher over any throwable. It gives you a little more throw than a throwable grenade. So we're going to kind of head through an area I do not like. This area is kind of gone now, thanks to the desert. But this bridge area, going down into the valley here, I hate this area. I always did. I was always afraid somebody was going to snipe me from above. Collecting material. We're at about 700. I don't ever fill it completely when I play passive. It's not really necessary, again, because I like to have ground battles instead of build battles. It saves time, makes everything a little quicker, and as you'll soon see, just because you can build doesn't mean you're going to live. We get into a few little battles here. So we start making our way to retail. It's usually a good spot to hit. I noticed that the roof is out over here, so I don't chop down the tree completely. You know where your enemy is, and if they're somewhere nearby, or they could be nearby, you should probably not destroy all the trees completely. Passive is to be, quiet, reclusive. It's pretty important to do. If you're going to play this style, you kind of got to be silent and thief-like. So I head into here fully prepared for a big dogfight. I see a lot of building. See houses completely destroyed. There could be people right on the outskirts of retail ready to fight me, but nobody's here. So I kind of check around for loot, check around for people. So I'm kind of looking around. Is there anybody around? Head through here. Furniture's gone, somebody's been here. But it makes for good cover when you're running through town. Also, when you play passive, you do end up getting a lot of supply drops and pinatas, surprisingly. So here, I thought there was somebody over here. I definitely thought there was somebody over here. Just because of how much building was over here. It looked like a fresh battle. But it wasn't. And there was some loot here. I can't remember if I picked anything up. But I'm just checking. Checking to make sure. Watching my back. So the storm closes in a really good spot. I see this guy over here. Believe it or not, I do actually hit him at some point. I think. Maybe not. No, I don't. I see him run and I start heading that direction. $11 people left. Sometimes head over here because people like to hang out here a little bit after retail. Some of the newer players. So we decide to head over here. I have a pretty good idea where he is. I don't think he's up on the mountain anymore. He's definitely on the other side, but we'll see where he heads. Some fresh buildings, so I duck. I'm kind of checking out. He's not here, as you can clearly tell. But where did he go? And there he is. Now I got two guys shooting at me. See, this is the pretty much very basic building. None of this hits anything, which makes me very sad. This was actually right before they buffed the explosives. Yeah, I'm not hitting anything from that distance. So I decided to just jump in. Now, you this is passive, but you do need to know when to jump into a fight. If it's 3 people, including yourself, definitely jump in, because there's a good chance somebody already did a bunch of damage to somebody. You can jump in and get that kill, and then the other person will be weak as well. There's always a good chance you'll win. So I'm checking, I'm listening. I can hear somebody. So that other guy is shooting at him. Yep. So this is about the most build battle I get. This guy is not very good. He's keeping his build plans out that whole time, being stupid. You know, it's important to be as minimalist as possible. I know where he is now. He's kind of trapped. And we're going to take him out. I mean, you really just have to actually be good at building if you're going to do that. Clearly, he wasn't thinking. You know, what he should have done was got out a gun and just fought me. But he was already low on health, so I don't blame him. As you can tell, I didn't take any damage whatsoever from anybody. Pick up that. It's always important to switch out guns with better ones. Blue is the highest tier for the basic weapons, and then it goes purple and gold for the more elite weapons. So now I'm kind of trying to check out, you know, there's 2 people left. It's me and somebody else. I didn't realize this at the time, but I was like, oh gosh, where is he? Where is he? He's actually right over there by that supply drop. Now I'm going to prove to you exactly why ground battles sometimes are better. Sometimes. Sometimes people are stupid and build up and think that they're a good fighter and end up being absolutely horrible, as you'll soon find out. Just like those other guys. So he sees me. Yep. Start building a stairs and platform and hide. Get ready. Shoot a little bit, shoot a little bit. Now he's kind of freaking out. And he gives me the high ground, which was not very smart. And this is why we carry a grenade launcher. Simple as that. As simple as that. Yep, time to party. And to laugh at him. So that is the passive approach. Hopefully you learned something. I'm sure you tried this at some point in time. So thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course subscribe. If you didn't like it, you can also hit the thumbs down. I don't really care. Thanks.